Hello everyone, I am Shagun Tyagi. In this video, I'll be touching upon the concept of sustainability. I'll be primarily talking about what is sustainability, why do we need it, what are the three essential pillars of sustainability, what is sustainable development, CSR and sustainability, and how can we achieve sustainability. So the first thing is, what is sustainability? The concept of sustainability first appeared in the Brundtland Report published in 1987. It was written with the aim of offering solutions to the problem arising from industrialization as well as population growth. Sustainability tries to secure present needs without compromising the future generation. And as I understand of sustainability, sustainability is about maintaining the world we live in. It is about the resources, that is what we have, the production, that is what we make, and our lifestyle, that is how we actually use our resources and our production without exhausting them for our future generation. Now, with the concept of sustainability arise two major questions, that why do we even need sustainability and how do we understand if something is sustainable or not? To answer the first question, I would say that we need sustainability because we have a finite amount of space. Our resources and technologies have their limit, and our resources are exhaustible. We are the tenants of the earth and not its owners. And to answer the second question, that how do we understand if something is sustainable, we need to ask ourselves just one question: can I do this forever? For example, single use plastic, after it has been used, goes on to damage our environment, which tells us that plastic is something that we cannot use forever, which answers our question that plastic is not something which is sustainable. Sustainability is complex. It has uncertainty, time delay, it is a distant problem, conflicting or interests can be there, different motivations can be there, and overall it's a social phenomenon. Now, how does sustainability meet the need of present generation without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their needs? How does it do it? Well, it does it without giving up any of the three essential pillars, that is, environmental protection, social development, and economic growth. Sustainability is concerned with assuming that nature and the environment are not an inexhaustible resource, and so it is necessary to protect them and use them rationally. Sustainability promotes social development, seeking cohesion between communities and cultures to achieve satisfactory levels in quality of life, health, and education. It focuses on equal economic growth that generates wealth for all without harming the environment. Nowadays, many of the challenges that humans face, such as climate change or water scarcity, can only be tackled from a global perspective and by promoting sustainable development, which is a very important concept about sustainability. The three pillars of sustainability do interact and intersect with each other. The social pillar comprises of human rights, community outreach, labor relation, indigenous rights, access to land, and so on. The environmental pillar comprises of air quality, water quality, zero waste, biodiversity. The economic pillar talks about capital efficiency, asset optimization, margin improvement, and total shareholder return. The socio-environment pillar talks about health and safety, environmental regulation, environmental equity, global climate change, and water scarcity. The socio-economic pillar focuses on livelihoods, social investment, ethics, and so on. The environmental economic pillar talks about resource efficiency, product stewardship, and life cycle management. Now that we are familiar with the concept of sustainability, it is very crucial for us to know what is sustainable development. Sustainable development is economic development that is conducted without depletion of natural resources. For example, if we are to use water for any economic development, then we should make sure that we conserve water too, so that it's not depleted for the future generation. So, that can be an example of sustainable development. Sustainable development is an addition of low carbon growth plus resource efficiency plus social inclusivity which all add up together to give us a greener economy. Now, there is a comparison between how to like the current emphasis and the sustainability emphasis. The current emphasis talks about pollution cleanup, whereas the sustainability emphasis talks about pollution prevention. Current focuses on waste disposal, bury, or burn. Sustainability one talks about waste prevention. Current is about protecting the species, whereas sustainability emphasis talks about protecting the entire habitat. Current talks about environmental degradation, whereas sustainability one talks about environmental restoration. Current talks about increasing resource use, whereas sustainability one talks about less resource waste. Current talks about population growth, whereas sustainability one talks about population stabilization. Current emphasis is on depleting and degrading natural capital, whereas sustainability emphasis is on protecting the natural capital. Now let's have a look at sustainability as well as CSR. That is, what are their similarities and what are their differences. While CSR is more of philanthropy and giving, sustainability talks about how this can be utilized as a strategic advantage and reap benefits in the long run. CSR is about philanthropy, diversity, corporate giving, whereas sustainability is about compliance, alternate energy, etc. The world today is going through a global crisis, be it in terms of environment, be it in terms of economic growth, and so on. Australian bushfires, climate change, species extinctions, floods, earthquakes are not very uncommon phenomenon today. Thus, it is very important for us to learn the ways to live sustainably. And how can we do that? I think the first and foremost thing to learn how to live sustainably is to learn how can we make a change in our lifestyle. Think twice before shopping. Reduce, reuse, recycle may feel retro, but it is as important today as the phrase when it was first coined. Every product we purchase has an environmental footprint. So before you buy anything, ask yourself if you even really need it. Always do a need versus want comparison. And if you do need it, consider buying gently used instead of new and look for minimal packaging and shipping. Make your big purchases that have big environmental benefits. Like manufacturing new cars take a lot of resources. But if you are in the market and you want a new car, always look for a fuel efficient model. Like if you need a water heater, consider upgrading to solar. Go hashtag plastic free. As we have already talked, plastic never goes away. Every year, thousands of seabirds, sea turtles, seals, and other marine mammals are killed after ingesting plastic or getting tangled up in it. So, cut down on your plastic waste. And how can you do it? Like, you can avoid straws, you can ditch the single use water bottles and bags, and select unwrapped produce at grocery store. You can shop local, you can cut down on online shopping, and there are many other ways. Boycott products that endanger wildlife. Look for products that are made from sustainable materials like bamboo and dine at restaurants that refuse to serve imperiled species like bluefin tuna. Always pay attention to the labels. Minimize your impact on wildlife and planet. Choose fair trade certified goods when possible to support companies that are dedicated to sustainable production and paying laborers a fair wage. Always buy organic food whenever possible. Be water wise. Skip the bottled water and always make sure that you are taking some steps toward water conservation, because water conservation is extremely critical at this point. How can you do it? You can do it by taking shorter showers, fixing leaky toilets, choosing low flow and low water appliance options. Drive less, drive green. Change your driving habits and it can dramatically reduce your carbon footprint. Walk, bike, carpool, or use public transportation whenever possible. Combine errands to make fewer trips. Green your home. Just as keeping your car in shape improves your fuel efficiency, keeping your home in shape improves your energy efficiency. And even many states today offer incentives to help you green your home or rental at low or no cost. Choose wild energy. Kicking the fossil fuel habit is critical to saving wildlife, slowing climate change, and protecting our lands and waters. Take extinction off your plate. Meat production is one of the most environmentally destructive industries on the planet. So, you have three chances a day to improve the health of the planet. So, do your bit. Choose to have a smaller family. With more than 7.5 billion people in the world and more every day, our demands for food, water, land, and fossil fuels are pushing other species to extinction. So, it is the time to talk about the human population growth, the species extinction crisis, and so on. And last but not the least, choose your voice and your vote wisely. One of the best thing you can do for wildlife and the planet today and for the future is to get politically involved in your community and at the national level. Always vote for candidates with strong environmental platforms. And now that we have learned about sustainability and the ways to live sustainably, it is important for us to remember to act in the present thinking about the future. Sustainability begins with you, so act locally and think globally. Thank you.